Hello everybody and welcome to DanMachi 3 episode 2 anime review. In this week's episode, Belle and friends got to some more investigating. They did a little bit last week, but some more investigation definitely happened this week. A lot of moral dilemmas, not really moral dilemmas I guess going on as well, especially towards the end and a bit earlier on we'll get to. There was also a couple of mysterious hooded figures. One of them was Fells, obviously, but I'd still say he's a mysterious hooded figure. Don't know about you. What else happened? A lot of stuff seemed to happen, but at the same time, not a lot seemed to happen. Aisha came back and her and Ryu had a stare down. That was pretty damn awesome. A lot of stuff going down. A lot of stuff indeed. Anyway, let's get on with the episode, see exactly how everything's scratched out. Scratched out, we'll go with scratched out. Let's do this thing. We open up not with Belle and friends, but instead with some monster hunters, not like Capcom or the movie that, oh boy, did you see that teaser? Why are they bringing the army into it? And why is it an isekai? Irrelevant though, some monster smugglers we'll go with, just so we don't get sued. They're all annoyed because, damn it, we lost the Vuvir, or the drag Ween, or Wien, whatever you want to call her. Again, it's probably supposed to be Ween. They definitely sound like they're saying Ween. But that just makes me think Wiener, which I said last week. But whatever, I'll call her Ween, I guess. Just because that's what they're definitely saying now. Ween, they lost her. They're annoyed about it. Their leader guy has a big spear. Looks like Gabe Olg from Fate. Lancer's spear. Some people probably know that. Looks like that. They are Icarus familiar, which I believe Hermes was talking about last week? Yeah, he was, with the crew. They're looking into it. His crew, as they're known. Icarus himself is there, and the dude with the sunglasses, just looking like the coolest dude, just basically makes Icarus his bitch. And it's like, find her for me, will you? Icarus is doing his best Subaru Natsuki cosplay with that tracksuit. Not exactly right, but close enough. I give you a 7 out of 10 for effort there, Icarus. Good job, you fit right in at a Comic-Con. Belkun and the others discuss their upcoming strategy. Basically, they figure out, okay, we can't really figure out anything else up here on land. We need to head into the dungeon to figure this out. However, a little bit of a problem with that. First off, got to go in secretly. Don't want anyone knowing what we're doing. Don't want Ween to get found out. Which brings us to the second problem. Well, we can't leave her at home on her own because she's too young to be left home alone. She's like, what, a month? Not even, she's like a few weeks old, like technically. Let's call it what it is. So like, okay, we'll leave a few people here. The main trio will go, everyone else can stay. That's fair enough. However, going all the way down to what I think was the 19th floor, just the three of them, might be a struggle. They're all levels 1 except for Belle, right? Or is Wealth level 2? I can't remember. But the point of this is, they're not super high level. To be doing that on their own. So let's go get some help. They go see Ryu at the tavern and be like, Ryu, please help us. We need your assistance, basically. But doesn't go too well. She's not too on board because, she has a job that she has to do. Makes sense to me. Aisha shows up. Aisha from, what the hell were their familiar called? The prostitute familiar. I can't remember who the goddess was. Ishtar. It was Ishtar. She shows up to say hello, basically, what you up to and everything. She says she'll help for the price. She wants to shag Belle. Belle is 14. I'm just going to remind everyone of that fact. Ryu makes the save of Belle's chasticity because, Seer's there. And Ryu is fighting Seer's battle for her because Seer ain't going to go one-on-one with Aisha. That's not going to happen. They have a little bicker, a little argue, which I find kind of funny because neither of them are like fighting for themselves. It's a slight twist on the, the regular girls fighting over one boy harem stereotype because they're not fighting for themselves, they're fighting for their friends, basically. Ryu is fighting for Seer, Aisha for Haruhime. I know she said she wanted to shag him, but she doesn't mean that. She's just playing, basically. Ryu then agrees, like, yeah, no, I'll come help too because I cannot trust you to be left with this woman. I cannot trust her, and you three aren't going to be able to take her down, despite the fact that Belle beat her once. But that's irrelevant to the fact. So that happens. Also, Seer being like, damn, look at them boobs. That was also pretty funny. Seer is a treasure, and I used to not like her very much, but she's definitely grown on me. She's really grown on me, and I don't know how, I don't know when, but it happened. Now with a full party of 5, they head into the dungeon. It goes pretty well. Aisha's been training since Belle wrecked her, so now she's a bit stronger. Ryu is also good, as we know. The Hestia lot, specifically Belle, are struggling with these monsters though, and they're monsters that they shouldn't really be struggling with. You may wonder why that is. Well, the answer is very clear. You can see the hesitation in their eyes. It's because of Ween. They're like, oh, she's a monster, so is it really alright for us to kill these monsters? It's basically how it goes. Obviously, that's why he's hesitating. They get to the town, I think. Lily keeps the other 2 occupied, just sitting around. I guess they have girl talk. I don't know what they were talking about. Whereas the lads, they head back to the area where Belle found Ween and look around. There's nothing there. Eventually, though, a cloaked figure passes them. It's a woman. She's pretty ordinary. She's like, hey, did you take my kindred? Basically, did you steal my friend? And it's like, no, because she deduces, no, you don't smell of blood. So you're good. Can we coexist? Also, she asks. And then she starts flying. Or you don't see her fly, but you see her disappear, and then feathers fall down. She's a monster, like, of some sort. I forget exactly. Probably like a bird monster, what they call harpies. Like a harpy, maybe. So yeah, there's that. There's more of these things, essentially. On the way back, Belle and Welf passed by the Icolos Familia not scavengers, what are they called? Smugglers. And they recognize Belle. They're like, he was around here last time as well. Basically, what are the chances he'd be in the same place twice, and that is the same place where we lost the dragon girl, you know? Highly suspect. Belle, they're onto you. They're onto you, Belle. Of course, it could just be like, it could literally have just been a coincidence, like, oh yeah, I'm just on my way back from the dungeon. Because obviously, you've got to pass through that part regularly, I guess. Well, the dungeon changes, doesn't it? Who knows? Lore masters, they know. They return to Orario and split up from their temp party members. Lily will fill you in later, basically. We need some time to think. And time to think they do. Belle goes down a dark alley. It was reasonably well lit, but that's besides the point. He runs into Icolos, who asks him about Ween. He's like, have you seen this dragon girl? And Belle, bless his heart, he's not a good liar. He's not got a very good poker face. You could tell immediately that he knew something about it. Thankfully, do you know who is a good liar and who does have a good poker face? Hermes. Hermes shows up to have a little word with Icolos. Straight up asks him, are you part of this evil organization called Evilus, which is like, it's got evil in the name, so you know they're bad. What else happened here? Hermes asks if you're smuggling. Monsters have been released nearby. Are you behind that? Icolos basically says, look, man, what my familia does, that's up to them. I can't stop them. You know, they're all cocky in that, basically. And he also is like, if you kill me, that's not going to stop them either. And Hermes is like, drat, you're right. You are right. I don't know what to do here. After that, they basically go their separate ways with nothing going on. Worth noting, Hermes did have his whole crew, like, stationed around. So they were prepared. They were prepared for an ambush. They were prepared to kill Icolos. They would have done it if it was necessary. We go back to the mansion where Haruhime and Ween are playing hide and seek, and it's adorable, as I mentioned. Haruhime letting her tail be visible so Ween could find her. Presumably that's what she did, and she didn't just leave her tail out like an idiot. Like, presumably it was deliberate. I'm going to give her that much credit, at least. Ween is hiding. She finds Belle's room and starts sniffing his pillows like a creep, but she's adorable, so it's fine, you know. If she wasn't adorable, it would be creepy. But she is, so it's cute. However, you know, it's not cute. She overhears the others talking, and basically Lily, and I get that she's playing the hard-ass, not detective, hard-ass, like, devil's advocate. She's saying what they've got to do, like, logically. She's being the bad guy. She's playing the bad guy here. She's like, we cannot stay with her. We cannot keep her here. It is dangerous. We are in trouble. It's you know, it's going to go too far here. We got to get rid of her, basically. Lily still likes Ween. She likes her a lot. They all like her. She's great. But Lily, of course, is she's absolutely correct realistically, but it does leave a bad taste in your mouth. You don't want to see Ween being left alone in the world, do you? Big problem though. They hear the door slam. Ween ran away. So That's not great. She wants to see Belle really bad because at this point she must think he's the only one that's going to let her stay. Which, damn it, Lily, at least get thicker doors, man. It's a mansion, you know? Belle returns briefly and learns she ran away and then heads off to find her like everyone else does. Ween herself is just wandering. She spots a girl in danger. There's some really shoddily roped up boxes that they fall. Ween saves the girl. Her dragon wing pops out to save the girl. The girl, though, upon seeing who saved her, she's like, monster! And like, the girl's vision of Ween is awful. Like, look how adorable she is. You gonna tell me you saw that just because of the wing? BS, man. Nah, wings are cool. Flying humans? That's all Ween is. She's a flying human. Come on. Of course, everybody, because humans are dicks, no, it's justified. They're terrified she's a monster, but they just throw rocks at her. Like, if that was a real monster, right, throwing rocks wouldn't help. They'd probably just piss it off, right? And like, you can see she's not doing anything. You can see her crying, you know. Have a heart, dudes. You know, maybe the initial reaction was justified, but then you probably get to the point where it's like, oh, hang on a minute. She's not reacting. She's having a cry over there. Maybe we should not throw sharp rocks at the person. That's probably a good idea. Maybe that's just me that thinks that. Of course, it makes sense. People are dicks, and that's why it makes sense. Belle goes to go save her. He arrives, and Welf stops him. He's like, "What are you gonna do here? Because this could turn a corner. If you do what you're gonna do, there ain't no coming back from that, Chief." And Belle's like, "I know you're right. I know everything you're saying is right, but I can't just do nothing." It's like, yes, Belle, go on. I got his name wrong. It's fine. Go on, Belle. Save the girl. Save the girl. He doesn't get a chance to because a mysterious elf shows up to save her instead. It's Lily in disguise, and Lily says, go to the cellar, which turns out is the original house before it got, blowed up. So they go to the cellar under the church, or where the church used to be. They get Ween there. They're all there. Ween is sad still because she's like, am I not allowed to be with you? Is that not okay? And she's just crying because no one can really give her an answer because really, no, she can't. But God, she's great. Can we just not make her an official member? Like, have her sign a guild form, right? That says, hey, I will act as an adventurer. I will be good, And obviously, it's not going to happen. I'm being very, generous with thinking that the guild would be like, oh yeah, sure, we'll accept your Dragon Girl signature. That makes sense. No, obviously it doesn't. Are they really that different from like the Beast people though? Like Matey Boy, the dog dude in Loki Familia? Like, it's just humans with slightly different body parts, Who dictated that they are different from like the demi-human type monsters, What's going on here? Gods? Sort it out, because that's not okay. Did anything else happen? Fells at the end is all like, well, that didn't work out. Like, he was like, I thought that, this would work. The humans would finally accept it. And I'm like, mate, they got spooked. I'm sure if Belle was a bit, if they were a bit smarter, I mean, if it wasn't just happening, it'd probably work out a lot better. Although maybe not, because people are dicks. As I've said, that's the lesson we're taking away here. People are dicks. He also says, Uranos, what will you do now? Because Uranos is, he's the mastermind. I think he's the ruler of Orario. I think I've got that right. I could be wrong. He shows up in Sword Oratorio as well. I can't remember anything about Sword Oratorio. I think I mentioned that before. Probably need to rewatch it or read it. I've had the books for ages and I've not read any of them. So I should probably do that. That was the end of this week's episode. Another good episode. It feels better than Season 2 was. I don't know if that's just me, but it definitely feels better, and we're not even to the really good parts yet. So, looking forward to seeing what happens in the future. Things have kicked off, because now they know, hey, there's a Dragon Girl in the city somewhere. So, that's presumably that's like Code Red. That's like a not great for the city. But anyway, what was my favourite part of this week's episode? An episode that had a lot of stuff to it. I had quite the choice. So I considered going for something a bit more serious, like Belle, knowing he's making the wrong choice in saving Ween, logically wrong choice, but still trying to do it because he's very emotionally driven, is Belle. But also no, it's the right thing to do in this instance. She is a good person. But no, I didn't go for that. What I instead decided for, I decided, sod it, we'll just go silly here. It's Ryu and Aisha's cat fight because it was funny. It made me chuckle. And I don't really have... I wish I had more reasoning than that, but that is my primary reasoning, is just because it gave me a little laugh. Sia in the background just being Sia was also quite funny. Aisha being like, my little sister, damn it, about Haruhime, that was quite funny. The look on Belle's face where he's like, what do I do here? You know, how do I resolve this? That was also quite funny. It was honestly more of a, hey, I'm gonna not get involved, and Welf just being like, yep, must suck to be you right now. It was good. I liked it a lot, if you couldn't tell, despite how, you know, it was a sillier part. But silly isn't bad. Silly is always good. But yeah, next week's episode, I can't remember what it was called. Xenos. It was Xenos. So that is exciting. We'll see what that's about. Of course, I already know because Future Vision, aka I've read the light novels. But I'm not going to spoil because that would be wrong. Anyway, thank you everybody for watching this review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider subscribing and stuff. For more reviews, that would help me out a lot. I will see you next week for another episode of this. Take care. And bye, guys.